This is converting into 7 points the other way. Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback, but a decade and a half, you can't be making those mistakes.
Eric Harris, a 56-yard return. The Raiders with a 10-0 lead, and now all the way to the end. This one on a fourth down desperation play. Rivers' third interception of the night, but it was a forgettable night indeed for him. Raiders a huge win. They're 5-4 as they take it by 2. Meanwhile, we go back to the college. Obviously, the huge game, LSU and Alabama. And Sneaky Hembo this morning is brought to you by DAV, Disabled American Veterans. Mark Sanchez, which was the last team ranked #1 in the AP poll to play Alabama in the regular season.
Got this. Go for it.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State is right.
Yes!
Boom.
Yes!
Boom.
Dak,
You like that, Hembo?
Dak,
You like that. You like that.
I almost spiked the pencil in my face, by the way, like Henry.
I am going to suggest Jonathan Vilma was the one who actually answered that question.
Hey! Come on!
That is what it is. Meanwhile, let me get Marty Smith into this conversation as we look forward to this huge game. It's #2 against #3 tomorrow, and there's Marty. He's been with LSU all week, but now, like everyone else, he's made his way to Tuscaloosa. And Marty, we've heard so much about LSU's offensive potency, but Alabama obviously is great too when they have Tua. How does LSU plan to slow down Tua and those wide receivers?
First of all, Greeny, good morning. LSU's not having no part of any narrative that Tua Tagovailoa might not play. They've prepared to play against him all week long. And to a man, every defender on the LSU defense that I've spoken with marvels at Tua's ability to immediately diagnose what the defense is going to do. And in some cases, Jacoby Stevens, the LSU safety, told me know what the defense will do even before they know what they're going to do. So how do they combat that? Kayvon Chason, the great linebacker at LSU, told me we have to be like gnats. You know how a gnat just buzzes around your head and eventually it aggravates you to the point that you make a mistake and swat? That's what we have to do to Tua. We have to be in his presence and hopefully disrupt that offense on Saturday afternoon.
I love that. Now, let's just go to the other side here, because Joe Burrow, he's a great story, and he's had a great season, but he could make himself into the kind of legend that lives on forever with a big game tomorrow. What kinds of conversations has he been having this week?
I've had several conversations with him, and I had the opportunity to sit him down and ask him some of those. Basically, did he surprise himself with how potent he's been able to be and the numbers that he's put up in this offense? And he said, no, I knew it was going to come because I know the preparation I've put in my whole life. And I'm like, what moment did you know that this could be a different season? He said, when I walked into the very first meeting with offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger and passing game coordinator Joe Brady. He said he's flipping through the pages of the playbook, and he said, Coach, where did this play come from? Where did this play come from? Where did this come from? They said, it's your offense. It's your time. We know that you have the skill set to make this thing sing, so go do it. He then talked to J.T. Barrett. And J.T. Barrett, of course, he was Barrett's teammate at Ohio State. And Barrett said, Joe Brady's going to become your best friend. You are going to have an unbelievable season, and certainly Greeny, he's done that.
Oh, no question about it. Marty, it's been fabulous having you with us all week long. Look forward to watching you the rest of the day heading into this monster game tomorrow. And let me turn to Bobby here. And obviously, you know that whole situation from the background at Ohio State. And here's Burrow with this opportunity. And I know you have some tape prepared to show everyone he's got great receivers to play with.
Joe Burrow, great receivers to play with. Passing game coordinator, like Marty mentioned, Joe Brady doing a great job as well. So we're going to look at this. Jamar Chase, the receiver at the bottom. Justin Jefferson, the receiver at the top. Pushing routes down the field, taking this offense into the 21st century. Man-to-man coverage at the bottom of the screen. The safety, though, has to choose between Jefferson or Chase. Great pass by Burrow. Great completion there. Big play. Look at it again. Jefferson in the slot. Chase up top, single receiver. Similar route combination for Joe Burrow against the Auburn Tiger defense, which is better than Bama's this year. Joe Burrow drops back, looks, sees the safety, has to pick again, splitting the difference. This time he chooses to throw to Jefferson, but because the route combinations are so similar, because they're pressing down the field, Joe Burrow is going to have the ability then to hold the free safety in the middle. You can't get a jump, and that's why this LSU offense has been so spectacular.
I give Orgeron a lot of credit for this, too, because it's easy to say we need to move this offense into the next century and all the stuff that we've been hearing about LSU for so long. It's another thing entirely to do it and have the confidence in the people around you to do it, and they've done that. So let's go back over to the set because it's time to make our picks. This is as big a college game as there will be on the schedule this entire year, and I'm going to put everybody together. Lewis, I'm going to start with you. I know you obviously are spending much of your time watching the NFL games, but you can't miss this. Who do you like tomorrow and why?
Look, I understand that LSU is as strong as they've ever been as far as offensively is concerned. I'll always roll with the Tide. I'll always roll with Nick Saban. Why? Because I believe when you're talking about a more conventional pro type of attack, this is right up Nick's alley. Remember, Nick has a pro pedigree, so he'll know how to come up with some schemes to maybe make up for some of the deficiencies that they have on the defensive side of the ball.
Sanchez.
Oh, it's tough to go against Saban and Sark. They're going to kill me, but
I'm going
go
to.
with LSU, baby. I got to go Joe Burrow, Eddie O. I'm fired up for Joe Brady and that whole squad.
What do you think? Bobby is next. Your pick.
What's that?
This was strategic in essence. Well, it's not for Northwestern. Green.
It's purple.
It is the purple for the LSU Tigers. How can you cheer against Joe Burrow and Ed Orgeron? Burrow has been unbelievably accurate this year. I know it's a good defense, but he played Auburn, and Auburn is a better defense statistically this year than Alabama.
I'm with you, Bobby. I'm going LSU. I like Joe Burrow. I really like the defense for LSU. They play cat coverage, man. Tua's not going to have time to have all those throws, Louis Riddick.
You know what this is, Louis?
Someone looks so annoyed that we picked LSU over here.
You never bet against Eddie.
That was actually creepy, man.
You know what I was saying? Saban has him right where he wants him. Everyone in the world is on LSU.
He has this on in his
game.
office somewhere right now.
And he's at home. I've got Alabama. I did it yesterday. I'm telling you, they never lose at home. Meanwhile, tomorrow we have another enormous game. Noon Eastern time tomorrow. We've got Penn State and Minnesota in a battle of Big Ten unbeatens. Then prime time tomorrow night, we got Clemson and NC State. Great football all day tomorrow on ABC and the ESPN app. Now, I got to bring Jay Williams back into the conversation, okay? Because as Zion Williamson continues to rehab from surgery on his right knee, yesterday he was speaking to reporters, said he's getting stronger, but gave no indication of when he's going to return. Here's what he said about his recovery.
It's going very well. Day by day, getting better, and I think it's going very well. It's a long season. This isn't like college or something where it's 30 games. It's 82 games, so I don't really see a need to rush back. I'm not out forever, so my mindset is just come back stronger, come back better, so I can help my team.
Okay, so there's Zion. Obviously, you know him well. When he is ready to return, how would you handle the situation?
Load manage.
Oh, I can't take it.
Load manage.
I can't take it. I can't.
Why not?
He's a rookie. He is a rookie.
Tell me more.
Listen, this is as
Tell me
simple
more
as
so I
this.
can talk sense into you after you're done.
If we have to load manage rookies, I understand he has a knee. If you want to say to me, well, when he first comes back for a couple of weeks, but if you're telling me that a 19-year-old person cannot walk into the NBA and play all of the games, then I'm telling you there are too many games. It is that simple.
Well, it's not every 19-year-old. It's Zion Williamson, who's a freak of nature, who's 285 pounds.
People are telling David Fizdale to load manage R.J. Barrett.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I'm not load managing R.J. Barrett. He can play every single game. But Zion Williamson is a different scenario. He's 285 pounds. He's 6'6". And he tore his meniscus. His meniscus is a shock absorber in your knee ligament. For a guy who's already knock-knee, Greeny, his biggest attribute is his jumping ability.
Yeah.
Right? So my thing is on back-to-backs, I don't need him if he's tired trying to bang over the top of people. I need to monitor that because he's an asset that I need to get the return on my investment in. I would load manage him this year. Next year, go play. But I want him to finish the year healthy. Only for this year.
Okay. The unique circumstance of his knee, I will accept. And this has been something that you and I have talked about going back to his stardom at Duke, that with his frame, there are going to be some questions. But is there not a point, and let's take Zion out of the discussion, at which this load management thing has got to become a problem, at which fans are just going to say, you know what, if I can't count on the notion that these stars are going to play.
We're the ones making it a problem. We in the media are the ones making this way bigger than what it is. And I understand that load management applies to who? Kawhi Leonard, who's missed 2 games. Who else? LeBron, maybe a couple times.
All of the biggest stars in the league. It applies to all of them. If they don't play, the fans are going to be disappointed.
All these guys have played pretty much. Like, when did we talk about load management with
We're
with
only
Giannis?
2 weeks into the season.
It's only with Kawhi.
How could anyone be tired
It's only
already?
with Kawhi. It's only with Kawhi. I hear you on Kawhi.
Yes.
I hear your frustration with Kawhi Leonard. This has been going on for years with Kawhi Leonard. Spurs, Toronto, you know what this is with Kawhi. I understand. I hear it with the LeBron James a little bit. I don't really hear it with anybody else. So I understand we're making this thing really big with them, but it's isolated. That's it.
At some point, we have to just figure out how everyone got so tired all of a sudden. I mean, we've been playing this game for 70 years.
Pitchers count, right?
What's that?
Minutes restrictions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've always used these terminologies, but all of a sudden load management just incites this negative response. It's always been the case. It's always been the case.
All right, I listen, at the end of the day, if there's one thing we've established here, it's that I'm right. Coming up on Get Up, it could be the signature moment in Russell Wilson's incredible season. Will he be able to dominate the unbeaten 49ers the way he has everyone else? We'll talk about it. And don't forget, 19 minutes away, live from the Air Force Base in Arizona, honoring America's heroes, Stephen A. Max and company. Calais Campbell will join them as well. First Take live coming up here on ESPN.
You think this thing was